Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Inspire. I'm here today with MaryBeth Davis. Hello, MaryBeth.
Hi.
So glad to have you here post seminar. You were one of our 25th anniversary seminar speakers, trainers. Thank you so much. And before we get into talking about your topic and some takeaways there for everybody that maybe needs a little reminder of what you spoke about, or maybe they didn't attend. First, I want us to just go back to when you began in 2017. You're a former teacher, but you kind of hit this business, I would say, right place, right time. Can you tell us a little bit more about how you started?
Yes. So I fell in love with the lip color. I was like, I need a million of these, like the rest of us. Don't want to pay full price. I was still teaching and kind of, what we do, we work it into the nooks and crannies of our day. And my husband ended up getting a job. We needed to move in 6 weeks. And I was like, listen, I don't have it in me to buy a house and find a daycare and get relicensed as a teacher and, you start a new job, all this. I said, I need a year off and then we can figure it out from there. And he was like, can you make X, Y, and Z? And I said, I can do it. And during that year off, things exploded. It didn't make sense to go back to teaching. And here we are.
Here we are in 2024. And so
Yes.
your topic was maximizing your time. And I think that's one thing that as busy moms, partners, working full time, whatever it might be, for the people that are listening, maximizing your time is key to making this business successful. So can you share, you talked about something called the habit loop. The habit loop. Would love to know about what that is and how that works to maximize your time.
For sure. So habit loop is just a fancy way of saying that when you do something or there's something that's a trigger, your response is going to be automatic. And then hopefully there's going to be a reward that goes with that. So my example during seminar was that my trigger is that someone places an order. And every time someone places an order, whether it's in an event or it's on my website or it's through me, I'm going to offer them a beauty event. And the reward is that I keep my calendar full. Or if they say no and they're a new customer to me, I funnel them into my beauty group. And what this does is instead of me having to sit down for 2 hours every Saturday and book events and fill my calendar, I'm constantly booking because this habit loop is constantly happening. So if you can start to it's kind of automating things, but you're part of the automation, it's just going to save so much time in the future when you don't have to necessarily carve out times to do those essential tasks.
So it's essentially, would you call it part of your checkout process?
For sure. Yep.
And okay, that's great. And so it's simply offering them a beauty event. Do you have specific words that work that you usually use? What does it sound like?
Yes. And that's kind of part of it too, is I keep that in a script in boards so that I always can access that really easily. And that's saving me time too. But basically I'll just say, thanks so much for your order. I think you're going to love it. I would love to offer you a free beauty event. Basically, here's what's involved. You do X, I do Y. It would start on this day. It's as easy as inviting your friends, commenting on my posts and earning free stuff. I have one open on May 19th. Do you want to jump in and earn some free stuff? And you'd be amazed at when it's simple and it's, automatic for you and it's easy to copy and paste that. People will book even if they haven't tried the products yet because they have a clear idea of what is laid out for them. Am I going to get no's? Yes, all the time. But then, I keep those people on a list that I follow up in the future. And again, that's another habit loop where, I keep them on a separate list that when it's time for follow-ups, I'll follow up with them and do some more booking that way.
Okay, so a few things that I love here. One, it sounds like you automatically have a beauty event going every month or every week.
Yeah.
So you're
Yes.
prepared. You already have something going so you're not creating something new. So can you talk about that process,
Right.
what that looks like?
So I love to do multi-hostess events because it's just the ease of not having to set up multiple groups. So I'll put 4 to 8 hostesses in one group. If you do Facebook parties, the pain of setting up a group and the hostess ghosting you. And this is not going to do that. I'm like, you ghosted me. That's fine. I got 7 other hostesses in here.
Yeah.
So I usually do one big event every month, sometimes 2, depending on my goals. And I always have those dates a couple months in advance. So then I can say, hey, my next one starts on this date. Do you want it? And then if they're like, no, that one won't work, great, I'll go to the next one. So it always works for me on my schedule. And I just figure out like where the overlap is, where it works for them. And it's easy. It's not like I'm having to be super inconvenienced to fit them in. It's already in my calendar and I can just kind of plug them in.
Yeah, so that's another habit loop right there, right? That's the
Yes.
consistency of always building an event and having an event going
Yep.
for a single month.
Yep.
I know a lot of people also do like skincare workshops every single month. So it's similar to that, where it's just an event that you have that you can always be inviting someone to. So I think
Yes.
that's a great tip for somebody that's looking to get to be more consistent in their business. Not only have
Totally.
events going, but then obviously making it part of your closing process. So love
Yep.
that. And then you also talked about the four legs of the business. Can you remind everybody what those are and how they all work together?
Right. So I think when you think of a table in your mind, that's the easiest analogy to kind of think about it. A table or a chair, and you've got the four legs: wow, book, demo, direct. And if you're missing any of those legs, your table is going to fall over. And I think when I think of that example, it's super helpful because it reminds me not to neglect any part of my business. There's a reason that Joni created the business on those four pillars. And I talked about this a little bit in my talk at seminar, but when you get stuck on one of those legs, like we get stuck in the wowing because wowing is really fun and it's easy because our products are very easy to wow, but you neglect the other three legs, your business isn't going to be balanced, but also it's going to be hard for your business to grow. So I think if you can think of that analogy in your head and think, what can I do to also pay, be mindful of those other legs, everything is going to kind of, it's going to fit together better. That's the plan. That was the goal. That was the vision. That's how it works the best.
Love that. So if somebody's watching and maybe they've been stepped out of the business for a while, and they're looking to get back in it, they're excited about all the new things that we're offering. Maybe it's somebody who just came on board again with the digital kit. What is your suggestion? What are the top three things that you suggest when somebody starts the business that they should do first?
Well, I think just like we share our favorite restaurants and we share, like, I'm constantly sharing links to like Target clothes and I don't get paid at all. Like, just keep talking about, what you love. I think if you're wearing the makeup and you're wearing the skincare and you're talking about it, like you probably signed up because you're already in love with it. I feel like it's so easy for us to be like, oh, I'm so scared to share with anybody. It's like, but when you're sharing your favorite restaurant, you're not just scared to share with everybody. So just like being open to talking about it and having fun and utilizing the resources that you have, either whether that's from your upline or from the global distributor group. There are so many resources in the back office that, like, if you look around and you find them, like you're going to be good. But also just wow, book, demo, direct, like there it is. And obviously you're going to start somewhere. You're going to start with the wowing first. But if you have those always in the back of your head as places that you're going, you're going to be okay.
Love that. And looking back at seminar 25th anniversary celebration, what is a favorite memory of yours from this past weekend?
Oh my gosh. Well, the Megan Trainor concert was absolutely amazing. Her and I had a little moment during the Mamba, and she looked at me and she said, "I think you got it." I was like, okay. But we came home and I was scrolling on Facebook and I saw a girl from my team, and in her customer group, she had posted, and she's very raw and honest with her customers. And she posted and she said, I thought I had lost my love for SeneGence, but then I went to seminar and I think I got it back. And I literally have goosebumps. I was like,
Yeah.
that is what it's about. That is the essence of these in-person events, is like, if you need your fire refueled, like there it is. So, I mean, of course, seeing all of my team like in person is really, really special. But when I saw that, I was just like, that is perfect. That sums up the weekend perfectly.
It's the essence of SeneGence.
It
Absolutely.
is.
Community and that culture. And
Yep.
I agree. So I'm sure we will be seeing you at another event soon. Thank you so much for this quick share on your seminar training. And we are so excited for you and to see what this year and the years beyond that bring for you and your team. Thank you so much.
Thank you. No problem. See you later.